What is going on, Tender Crew? Billy the Squid here, and we need to have a talk, okay? As a Souls-like community, we are not talking enough about Soulstice, the new Souls-like game set for release next year by Modus Games. It was announced at E3. They just had another trailer drop for it at Gamescom, and literally nobody is talking about this game, and I really am struggling to understand why. If you haven't went and saw the original E3 trailer, I highly suggest you go and do that. Or if you want to see me reacting to that E3 trailer, I do have a video on that as well, where I am exceptionally hyped. The CGI cutscene that came in was beautiful, gorgeous, excellent. Everything about the environment that they were setting up was chef's kiss. And then the gameplay looked very, very good too. But even from that, not a lot of people had this game on their radar for some reason. And I'm still struggling to understand why. The gameplay I wish we had seen a little bit more of, but it was more than most games show off their first trailer. And I kind of want to do a live reaction to the Gamescom trailer because I have yet to watch that. I've been waiting until I could get time to make this video just to watch it because I am excited about this. The original trailer had a lot of Berserk inspiration. Very much the main character is Lady Guts to a T. There's also a lot of cool mechanics that we were able to see a little glimpses of within that. I want to see if more of those come up within this new trailer that has come out. So let's go ahead and dive into that trailer. We'll watch it through, get our reactions, then we can talk about it. All right. May contain content inappropriate for children. What do we got here?
In this place of ruin and monsters,
she is my protector.
That weapon is so cool.
Is my knight. She is my sister.
She gave her life so that we may face this evil as one.
That was new. Oh, things look so much smoother than they did before.
To stop it.
Okay. Your bond and that big ass sword. Okay, that's neat. Okay, we saw this archer enemy in the original trailer. Oh, man!
We stand to face the darkness.
Where one would fall. Together, we shall prevail.
Well, that was creepy. All right, still no release date for it, but next-gen systems and PC. Let's walk this back and kind of slow roll through it because there's a lot of new things that have me even more excited about this game and still make it so that I don't understand why nobody's talking about it. Let's dive in a little bit deeper, shall we? So we actually get a better view on the two characters that we play as, more so than what we did in the other trailer. They definitely have sunk in the fact that they are sisters. So the lore of this game so far is these two are of a race known as Chimera. They're reborn, so I'm assuming at some point they've died. The ghosty girl is the sister of the knight. They had their souls fused together. The one chick had to die for that to be able to happen, but they are sisters by blood. Fused together, kind of Full Metal Alchemist style. Chimera without the dog with the hair. Like, it's of the same mindset, but a lot more tastefully and less sad. Let's continue.
She gave her life.
So here we see a whole new weapon. The sword. I don't know if that's the main sword or if it's just another transportation of the weapon. If you saw in the beginning, the sword can turn into a hammer that you can use to swing and do heavy blows to. But here, it also shows it going into a whip mode. It is not. Okay, so that is a completely new weapon. We also have a gauntlet-style weapon here. So it seems like this is kind of a fusion of Souls-like with Devil May Cry as far as what they're wanting to do from combat stylings. I think that is really, really that's a happy union of gaming. We've seen this kind of stuff before, but there we see a bit more of what goes on with the interaction between the two. So the whole gimmick point of this game is you have two souls in one character. You're controlling both of them simultaneously. From what we saw in the original trailer, the ghost is kind of acting independent, but it seems like here the abilities are actually able to be intermingled and actually used to great effect. So as you can see here with the hammer, she's able to knock them up, and then the ghost freezes them so that you can continue to combo. Some new enemy types that we didn't see before. That is a really cool move with that whip. I don't know if this is like some sort of ultimate move, like there's going to be a bar that you fill up and then you're able to unleash these moves, kind of like what Mortal Shell did with its weapons having special weapon art moves, like the sword has a big spear in the end that you can lunge, or the hammer and chisel, it did like a spin to win where you send out a bunch of daggers. That's kind of what this seems like, but it could also just be a cinematic cutscene showing off the weapon, kind of like what they do in Devil May Cry. Let's watch it again and continue. Really, really cool. And if you see just at the end of that, it slams down with, and then there's just a little bit of ice that comes off of that. And it looks like the little girl, the spirit, is actually casting that ice. So she is effectively continuing the combo, or this is just a big joint attack. Regardless, it looks really, really good. Let's keep going. I want to talk about this here real quick. So every other aspect of this game we saw has been like your standard over-the-shoulder Souls. Like this almost goes into a 2D style mode with it. That is something that you see kind of like in a Mario game almost, like the 3D Marios where they'll go from like the 3D plane into a 2D plane. This kind of has that similar thing going. And I think this is intentional. I think this is actually a way that they want you to move around, because the way the camera moves around this building as you walk around, that is an intended platforming mechanic. It reminds me almost of a Crash Bandicoot style level design where you sink into those style things, but I think it's going to like go back and forth depending on where you are. The camera's either going to be zoomed in on the standard third person, or it's going to fade back and do one of those 2D style sections for the platforming. Really cool. More CGI. The game is beautiful, by the way. The game is really, really good for an indie studio. And for most AAA studios, honestly. This here was really nothing new that we saw. We did see, as they're running up on this archer, the spirit is charging up some attack, and it does do an ice shatter effect that kind of staggers them. So that's kind of a neat ranged option, it looks like. Right there, it staggers the archer out of whatever they were charging. Really, really cool. And then we have this, which, again, harkens back to a Crash Bandicoot. This reminds me of like the boulder runs, or when you're running from the polar bear. That very much running towards the screen away from something. It's just cool. It is a really cool camera effect. It is a really cool level design effect. I wish more games did stuff like this, because it really does give you that sense of dread, like something is coming at you and you need to get the fuck away. The best game that I've seen that's done this outside of like a Crash Bandicoot style was the original Prince of Persia's. Whenever you were, think specifically Prince of Persia 2, Warrior Within, when you're running from the Dahaka, it has similar stuff to this, and it also had similar stuff to the 2D side-scrolling, so really, really neat. Also, this character design in the back is wicked. One fear I do have from the combat, though, is every combat they've seen, every attack feels both connected and disjointed. It's hard to explain. Like, there's a lull in between every single one of the attacks that you see. So let's rewind it back here a little bit. Just watch. There's like an attack and a pause, and then an attack and then a pause.
Where one would fall.
It's just interesting. I don't know if that's the combat styling to a T, or if that's just them showing off the moveset and wanting to do it more slow and methodical. I tell you, this, whatever this is, I hope that it's not just a one and done event. I hope there's more of these style things in this game, because I enjoy these style sections immensely. And then we see right here at the end if you look, I'm gonna try to pause it. So we have the ghost doing some sort of charge, and it's encasing her in this bright ass light. And then right at the end, we have, I cannot get the pause. It's split second. We have this. I don't know if this is like a super charge mode, like leaning more into that Devil May Cry where you have like a devil trigger mode, but it definitely seems like there is some sort of like union going on between the spirit and the main girl, and it's creating this kind of monster form. So all really, really cool. It has me even more excited than I was from the original. The original one looked pretty. It looked like it had promise, but this one actually is leaning into a lot more of the unique aspects of the game that I think are going to bring it into its own realm as far as Souls likes and not make it just another Souls clone. So if you guys liked what you saw, please let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video. Also, if you like Souls-like content, subscribe to the channel, or maybe check out my Twitch live nightly, 10:30 Eastern, twitch.tv/Billy_Skwid. Soulstice is something I'm very excited about, and I can't wait for more of it to come out. Hopefully, maybe a demo at some point. If that happens, we will definitely be playing that here. But without further ado, much love, Tenta Crew. Bye-bye.